The Situation Room with Wolf Blitzer, weekdays 4 Eastern.
She started performing in her native Colombia. Now Shakira is an international superstar. Her song Hips Don't Lie is the most played record in U.S. radio history. Performing, though, is only one of her passions. Shakira is also a fierce advocate for universal access to education. Earlier this month, she gave a lecture about it at Britain's Oxford University. And she's funding a school in a poor and remote region of northwest Colombia, providing uniforms, supplies, and food to some 750 students. Here she is with graduates of the primary school. And joining us now, Shakira. She's in Miami. Shakira needs no introduction. Thanks very much for coming in. We really appreciate it.
No, thank you so much for having me. We got to do this in person next time.
I know. I can't wait to do it in person. We will have that opportunity. I also want to talk about your new CD that is entitled She Wolf. We'll get to the title, which has some personal significance for me. We'll get to that title later. But let's talk about some serious issues first, because I know education is your passion, and you recently delivered a lecture on education at Oxford University. Talk a little bit about why education is so important to Shakira.
Yeah, I had this enormous opportunity to speak in front of 400 students on the same stage where once Churchill and Newton spoke, and I couldn't believe the great vehicle that was presented to me, the vehicle to express to all these students why I advocate so passionately for education. And I've been working on education since I was 18, back in Colombia.
I think you speak from some personal experience, because you weren't always a superstar, Shakira, were you?
No, not at all. I grew up witnessing so much social injustice and inequality, you know, and growing up in the developing world, that's what you see. That people who are usually people who are born poor will die poor, you know, most of the times, and education in countries like mine sometimes is perceived as a luxury and not as a birthright. And I grew up really frustrated and intolerant to these issues and to the lack of opportunities that people in Latin America don't have, you know, and these opportunities are exactly what these kids need to stay away from the militia, to stay away from the drug trafficking business, to be able to succeed in life and make their dreams come true, just like I made my own dreams come true, you know. My father went through bankruptcy when I was really very little, and I learned so much from that experience, and I learned how hard it was to grow up without having access to many things that are considered comfort, but he never gave up on my education.
In addition to speaking about it, you also sing about it. You made reference at Oxford to some lines you wrote in your She Wolf album. There's a song entitled Why Wait? And I want to play a little clip, a little excerpt for Why Wait. Let's listen to this.
There is no crime. Don't take
All right, Shakira, why wait for later? I'm not a waiter. Those are pretty significant words, and you brought them into your music.
Yeah, I mean, I could wait, but those hundreds of millions of kids need an answer now. They can't. There's no time to waste, really. I mean, if you ask a kid what they want to become when they grow up, they will never tell you that they want to be in the drug trafficking business or that they want to be a part of the militia. No, a kid always will want to become either a nurse or a doctor or a lawyer. They really want to accomplish things that are filled with pure intentions.
Shakira,
and we adults have to provide them with those opportunities. Like Rousseau once said, man is born good, but society corrupts them. And I think we corrupt our own future, our common destiny, if we don't provide our kids with opportunities.
I love it when you quote Rousseau, and in your music you quote John Locke. Those words, why wait for later? I'm not a waiter. If you had a few minutes, a minute, to briefly give one message to President Obama. And our interview is being seen around the world right now. But if you had one little message to give the president when it comes to education, what would you say to him?
I know that he has many issues to address, and a big part of why I decided to support him is because I know how committed he is to universal access to education and also early childhood development strategies. I know that he is a champion on that, and he will deliver. I expect that from him, and that's why if I were American, I would have given him my vote.
Very important subject, but I'm going to play a little clip from the new CD, She Wolf. I want to talk a little bit about what inspired the name, but listen to this. All right, Shakira, She Wolf. I have a personal interest in the name. How did you come up with that name?
I bet you do. Well, you were part of the reason. Well, actually, I believe that there is a she-wolf in every woman, whether guys like this or not, you know? I think that we all have an animalistic aspect within ourselves that sometimes we try to repress, and society often imposes so many limitations upon women and human beings in general, and we spend our life, our brief existence, you know, building cages and locking ourselves in them instead of breaking free from them. So I guess that's what the message that's behind She-Wolf and me in that golden cage. But you should know better than me. I mean, you're a wolf yourself, so
I'm a he-wolf.
I'm sure you understand what I'm talking about.
I'm a he-wolf. You're a she-wolf. I'm glad we're both in the Situation Room. Shakira, thanks so much for joining us.
That's quite a situation.
Well, that's another situation. Well, let's do this interview in person down the road. If we can connect, that would be great.
Please.
All right.
Thank you so much, Wolf. You're great, and my family and I really like seeing you deliver the news. So I hope that next time we're together in the same room.
You may like seeing me deliver the news, but I like seeing you perform because Shakira, your hips don't lie.
Oh, thank you so much. Bye, Wolf.